Welcome, my dear friend. There comes a moment in every chosen soul's journey when they feel the unmistakable pull of something greater, a call from beyond the ordinary, the mundane, and the fleeting. And today, that moment has arrived for you. For years, you've walked through this world feeling different, feeling like you don't quite belong. But now, as the veil of confusion lifts, you realize it was never a mistake. It wasn't a flaw. It was destiny unfolding. The unease you felt as a child, the quiet sense of being an outsider, was not an accident. It was the whisper of heaven, calling you home. Every instinct, every strange feeling, every time you questioned why the world didn't seem to fit you, this was confirmation. You've always known, deep within, that you are here for something more. You are not alone. Today, you stand on the threshold of a powerful truth. Your real family is here. The ones who see you, understand you, and are ready to walk with you on the path you were always meant to take. This is not a coincidence, my friend. It's divine design, and you are a part of it. As we explore this powerful revelation together, I invite you to share your thoughts. Your feelings, comment below, and join this awakening. Your voice matters in this community. And if you feel moved, send a super thanks to support this journey. Together, we create a space where we can all belong, grow, and discover the extraordinary truths that await us. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt that deep, knowing pull, that otherworldly sense that something greater is calling you? It's time to step into the reality of your true family. The question is, are you ready to embrace it? God's chosen ones, the moment you've been waiting for, your real family is here. The time of revelation has arrived. The truth that you've felt deep within your soul is now coming to light in a way that cannot be ignored. You've always known, on a level beyond your conscious mind, that something great awaited you. The kingdom that has always been familiar to your spirit, the realm of the divine, is drawing nearer than ever before. Can you feel it? It's not a coincidence that you are reading these words at this exact moment. Everything is aligning, just as it was written. The truth you've been seeking is unfolding, and it's so much more than you imagined. There is a family, your true family, that has always walked with you. Even when you couldn't see them, they are the luminous ones, the beings who have been with you since the beginning. In the stillness of the night, when you felt lost and alone, they were beside you, unseen but ever present. They were guiding your steps, helping you through the darkest of times, waiting for the moment when your spirit would awaken and recognize who you truly are. And now, that moment has come. You are remembering, perhaps for the first time in your life, who you are meant to be. Your real family is rejoicing with you, celebrating this divine awakening. It is not just a figurative family, it is the family of the soul. The chosen ones, the ones who have walked beside you in ways you could not comprehend. Have you ever wondered why, in times of deep despair, you felt that someone was watching over you? Even when no one else was around, you weren't imagining it. They were always there, helping to guide you toward the light that now shines brightly in your heart. This truth resonates deeply with the words of the prophet Jeremiah. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. God knew you long before your physical form came into existence. He chose you from before time began, not for an ordinary existence, but for an extraordinary one. The world, with all its systems and constraints, was never meant for you. Can you feel the pull of something greater? The world's limitations were never built to contain you. You were created to rise above them, to break free from the chains that bind most people, and to show the world what divine purpose truly looks like. God's choice of you is not a random event, it is a divine destiny, crafted long before you even realized it. This is a powerful reminder that the Spirit of God cannot be constrained by human rules or expectations. The truth of your existence is that you were always meant to transcend, to defy the ordinary, and to live a life of extraordinary significance. As Jesus said, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." Matthew 5:4. You were meant to be that light, a beacon for those who are still lost in the darkness, a living testimony to the power of divine intervention. Now, the moment has come for you to claim your divine identity and step boldly into the destiny that has always been waiting for you. Have you been living in the shadows of your potential, unsure of the path before you? The time to rise and walk in the full power of your purpose has arrived. You are not meant to live quietly or unnoticed. You are meant to stand tall, to shine brightly, and to remind the world that no matter how dark it may seem, the light of God within you cannot be defeated. The words of the Apostle Paul in Philippians 3:14 speak to this divine calling. "I press on toward the goal, to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus." This is your moment to press forward, to embrace the calling that has been placed upon your life, even before you were born. The divine family that has always been with you is now waiting for you to step into your purpose. They are cheering you on from the heavenly realms. And you are not alone. Your real family is not bound by earthly bloodlines or human relationships. It is a family of the soul, those who resonate with your divine frequency, who know your heart before you even speak. They are the ones who have seen the true you, the one that you may have been too afraid to show to the world. What would it be like to finally step into that identity, fully aware of who you are and what you were called to do? Imagine the power that would come with that realization. As the famous writer C.S. Lewis once said, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." This is the perfect time for you to embrace the new vision God has for you. Step into the fullness of your divine inheritance and trust that the family you've always needed is already here, waiting for you to claim your rightful place among them. The truth is, you were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were meant to be a beacon of hope, a living example of God's greatness, shining in a world that desperately needs your light. As you move forward, remember that this divine family, this spiritual community, is always with you. They are not distant or unreachable. They are already here, within you, within your heart. They are your true family, and their love and support are eternal. What steps will you take today to honor this divine calling? Will you stand boldly in your truth, knowing that the entire kingdom of heaven is rooting for you? The moment has arrived. The time to claim your divine destiny is now. Will you answer the call? There is a deeper truth hidden within every act of generosity, one that transcends mere donation or charitable giving. When you give, when you support the mission, when you share your faith with others, you are not simply donating, you are activating a covenant. You are planting seeds in eternity, sowing into a divine system that has no limit, no end. It's a process far greater than what the world perceives. This is more than a transaction. It is a spiritual law, a cosmic exchange that stretches far beyond the boundaries of this earthly realm. The promise in Luke 6:38 is clear. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. What you release, whether material or spiritual, will return to you multiplied, far beyond what you could have imagined. But understand this, the economy of the divine is unlike anything you know here on earth. The world operates on scarcity. Everything is limited. Everything is finite. But the divine economy operates on grace. And in this grace, there is no limit. The more you give, the more you receive. Not in the same form, but in abundance, in ways that are both seen and unseen. This is the law of the divine, and it is one that cannot be broken. Think for a moment. Have you ever experienced a time when you gave selflessly, only to find that something incredible was returned to you? It may not have been monetary, but it was something far more valuable: joy, peace, wisdom, or connections that change the course of your life. This is the power of divine exchange. Your willingness to believe and to give opens the floodgates of heaven. It's like stepping into a river of divine favor that begins to overflow and pour over your life. Even now, as you listen, can you feel something stirring within you? A deep memory, a remembrance of something older than this life, something that feels like home. This stirring is not a coincidence. It's your soul remembering the promises made to you before time began. This is prophecy unfolding before you. The moment you choose to act in faith, you are not just participating in a random event, you are fulfilling a divine calling. Every act of faith you take is a fulfillment of prophecy, a manifestation of a covenant made long ago. In the midst of all this, you might be wondering, are you ready for this shift? You might have questioned whether you're truly prepared for what God is calling you to do. The truth is, your readiness has been forming inside you for years. Every trial you've endured, every loss you've suffered, and every night you felt unseen, these were the fires that tempered your spirit, shaping you for this moment. Your challenges were not punishment, they were preparation. You were being shaped into a vessel capable of carrying the light of God into a world that has forgotten how to see. As Isaiah 3:9 proclaims, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up, do you not perceive it? The new thing is you, the awakening of your full divine power. Each storm you've faced has prepared you, not broken you. You have been prepared for this moment. And now it's time to rise. Rise into the fullness of who you are. Rise into your divine calling. Just like a seed that is buried in the earth, seemingly hidden from sight, it is nurtured by forces unseen: water, sunlight, and the quiet movement of time. And yet, beneath the surface, the seed is growing, changing, and preparing to break through the soil and bloom into something magnificent. Do you see yourself as that seed? Even in your darkest moments, something deep within you has been growing, preparing for the time when you will break free and emerge into the light. The call is simple: rise. It is time to rise, to take hold of your divine identity and step into the world with the power that has been entrusted to you. There is no more waiting, no more wondering if you are capable. The time is now, and yet, in every journey toward greatness, there will be opposition. The world will try to convince you that you are unworthy or that you are not ready. Just like the storm that tries to stop the seed from reaching the surface, The adversary will whisper doubts into your ears. But what if you know that the storm was never meant to destroy you? It was meant to refine you, to prepare you for the incredible growth that is about to take place. Consider this. How many times have you allowed the fear of failure to stop you from stepping into your divine destiny? The world, with its limitations, tries to make you believe that you are not capable of something greater. But the truth is, you are called to transcend the world's systems, not to conform to them. Just as the seed is destined to rise above the soil and reach for the sky, you too are destined for greatness. Remember, your divine family is not only watching you from heaven, they are inside of you. The very essence of God is within you, stirring you to action, reminding you that you were made for more. And with that divine family surrounding you, supporting you, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Now is the time to rise. Will you answer the call? Will you rise above the noise, above the doubts, and step into the greatness that is waiting for you? The time is now. You were born for this. You are ready. Do not shrink back into the old patterns of fear and doubt that once confined you, the systems that tried to define you. The voices that sought to silence you will no longer recognize you because, dear one, you no longer belong to them. The world may try to pull you back, but there is a new reality that you are stepping into. Like Moses, standing in front of the burning bush, you are being called to remove your shoes. The ground beneath you is holy. As we are reminded in Exodus 3-5, do not come any closer. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. This is not a metaphor, this is the truth. You are standing on sacred ground, a place set apart for divine purpose and destiny. When the divine presence approaches, even the ordinary becomes extraordinary. What was once mundane, what seemed like just another day, becomes a sacred moment. You are walking on holy ground. Every step you take is infused with divine significance, and there is no turning back. Have you ever felt the weight of something deep stirring within you, urging you to rise? This is not by chance. This is the divine calling you to step into your true purpose, to awaken to your spiritual identity. For those who watch you with skepticism, let them doubt. For those who question your every move, let them mock. Every prophet was misunderstood until the prophecy came to pass. Even Noah built his ark when the skies were clear, laughed at by those around him. Yet it was only when the rains came that they saw the fulfillment of his obedience. The same voices that once mocked him sought shelter under his protection when the storm arrived. Your vindication will not come through argument or debate, but through outcome. The hand of God is upon you, and what is written in the divine scrolls cannot be unwritten. The world may question your actions, your choices, and your path, but the outcome, the manifestation of your purpose, will silence every doubt. Just as Gideon questioned his worth and his ability, saying in Judges 6:15, "Pardon me, my Lord, but how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest, and I am the least in my family." He doubted his own strength, feeling unworthy of such a mighty task. But the Lord replied, "Go in the strength you have." In the same way, you may feel small or insignificant, but the power within you is not of this world. It carries the authority of heaven. Your strength may seem like a small flicker, but within it burns the fire of eternity. You are the smallest spark that can ignite the eternal flame of purpose and transformation. What happens when you step out in faith? even with doubt in your heart. You bring forth a power that defies logic and reason, a power that will shift the course of your life. The transformation within you is unstoppable. Like the tiniest seed planted in the soil, it may seem fragile at first, but given the right conditions, it will grow into something magnificent. The divine has planted within you everything you need to rise. Remember this: when you feel hesitation, fear, or uncertainty, when the world's doubts threaten to pull you back, remember this: even Christ, the Son of God, felt the weight of surrender. In the garden, when the pressure of his mission pressed down on him, he prayed, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done." Luke 22:42. Every great awakening begins with surrender. Surrender to the divine will. Surrender to the higher calling. It is through surrender that the greatest power is released. And in that surrender, you find your true strength. The journey ahead is not about fighting the world or convincing others. It is about rising with authority and walking with divine purpose. Will you rise today? Will you choose to trust in the divine process that is unfolding before you, knowing that even in moments of doubt, you are being shaped and prepared for a destiny far greater than anything you could imagine? The choice is yours. Will you step into your sacred calling, or will you shrink back into the safety of fear? The world is waiting for the manifestation of your purpose, your obedience, your courage. Your willingness to walk in faith will not only bring transformation to your life, but will also light the way for others who are lost in the darkness. You are walking on holy ground. This moment is holy. You were made for this, and the time to rise is now. There is a profound truth that many struggle to grasp, and yet, it is the key to unlocking the most powerful forces in the universe. When you surrender your idea of control, when you release the grip you hold on every outcome and allow divine power to flow freely through you, the world shifts. Just like David before Goliath, you don't need the armor of the world's expectations or material defenses. You don't need to conform to the world's idea of what makes you strong. What you need is alignment, alignment with your divine purpose and your Creator. Your faith, pure and unwavering, becomes the weapon of unstoppable power. In Psalm 18:39, it is written, "You armed me with strength for battle. You humbled my adversaries before me." This is not just a poetic phrase, it is a promise to you. What once seemed like an insurmountable challenge, a Goliath in your life, will now bow before you. Your adversaries, the obstacles that once towered over you, will no longer stand. They will falter under the weight of your divine strength. Do you ever feel that weight, the magnitude of the calling upon your life? There are moments when it feels so overwhelming, so immense, that you tremble with fear or uncertainty. These moments are natural, they are part of the process. But do not mistake trembling for weakness. Even the angels, who carry the infinite glory of God, tremble in awe of His presence. Trembling is not a sign of failure, but of a heart fully aware of the holy responsibility that has been entrusted to you. Your hesitation is not something to be ashamed of, it is holy. It is a reflection of your awe and reverence for the immense purpose that is unfolding before you. Have you ever felt that deep stirring in your soul? That sense of anticipation that something greater is about to happen in your life? Perhaps it was in a quiet moment of prayer, or maybe it was in a flash of realization during a particularly trying season. That trembling, that restlessness, Is God preparing you for something far bigger than you could imagine? It is the awe of realizing that God has entrusted you with a sacred mission, one that will change not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Remember the words of Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. These are not just words of comfort. They are the rock-solid truth that anchors your soul in the face of every storm. The Lord himself goes before you, not behind you, not standing by, but leading you into every battle and challenge that lies ahead. And he will never leave you nor forsake you. No matter what the world may try to tell you, every time you thought you were walking alone, you were actually walking beside divinity. His presence was with you in the darkest moments, when the weight of the world seemed unbearable. And even now, as you stand on the edge of a great breakthrough, his presence is there, urging you forward. Let me share a powerful story with you. Marie Curie, the famous scientist who won 2 Nobel Prizes, once said, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood." Marie Curie's journey was one of immense challenges as a woman in a male-dominated field, and as a scientist dealing with the mysterious and dangerous power of radiation. Yet she persisted, her faith in her purpose, her understanding that fear was simply an obstacle to be overcome, propelled her toward discovery after discovery. Her fearlessness came not from the absence of trembling, but from her alignment with a divine calling, one that she knew was bigger than herself. And this is the key: the fear you feel, the hesitation in your heart, is not a barrier. It is the very space where divine power begins to flow. When you surrender your human desire to control everything, when you choose faith over fear, you invite the infinite strength of God to move in you and through you. Have you ever wondered why the great men and women of faith in history had to go through trials that seemed unbearable at the time? Moses, Gideon, and even Christ himself experienced the crushing weight of divine purpose before their paths were fully revealed. But it was in their surrender, in their willingness to walk in faith despite their fears, that they were able to accomplish the impossible. Now, chosen one, I speak directly to your soul. The time has come. The season of hiding has ended. The light that has been buried deep within you, the light that you've tried to suppress, can no longer be concealed. You can no longer remain in the shadows of uncertainty or fear. The tremors you feel inside, the restlessness in your spirit, is the first sign of a great shift. The world is changing, and you are called to be a part of it. Will you embrace this moment? Will you rise above the doubts, the fears, and the questions? Your divine alignment has already begun. You may tremble, but that trembling is a testament to the weight of the glory that is about to manifest in your life. It is time to rise. The world is waiting for the fullness of your purpose to be revealed. What you feel within you right now is not the burden of anxiety. That restless, uneasy energy is the awakening of your soul. It's the stirring of something deep inside that has been dormant for too long, waiting for the right moment to rise. The walls that once held you, those invisible barriers you thought were unbreakable, are cracking. The ceilings that confined you, trapping you in a small world of limitations, are now breaking open. The systems, the powers that once sought to keep you contained, are trembling because they sense what is coming. They are afraid, and rightly so. You are not a rebellion against the world. You are revelation. You are a divine awakening that the world cannot fully comprehend. a force that is meant not to fight the system, but to outgrow it. You are here not to tear down, but to transcend, just as a seed is not fighting the soil, but growing through it. You are breaking free from the very confines that once held you down. Take a moment to reflect on the story of Daniel, a man who faced the most impossible of situations and yet found favor in the most perilous of places. Daniel 6:22 says, "My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions." Imagine this, Daniel, trapped in a den of lions, yet untouched by the danger surrounding him. Faith did not erase the danger, rather, it rendered that danger powerless. The lions, fierce and hungry, were rendered mute by the power of divine protection. Faith doesn't eliminate the storms, it renders them powerless. Can you feel the weight of that truth, even when the world feels like it is closing in on you? Even when your path is filled with obstacles and adversaries? Know this, heaven surrounds you. When the world tries to label you impossible, when they look at you and say that what you dream of is unattainable, remember this, with God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:26 reminds us, with man, this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. We don't fall or spined. In your journey, you will encounter those who try to bury your light, who will tell you that you are too much, too loud, too different. But what they don't realize is that seeds only grow when buried. The very soil they try to bury you in is the very soil that will cause you to rise. Every setback you faced, every trial, every moment of seeming defeat, was simply the soil for your rebirth. It was the moment you were being prepared for the greatness that now stirs within you. Do you feel it? The subtle yet undeniable signs of destiny that surround you? Look around. The people crossing your path now, whether familiar faces or strangers, are not just coincidences. They are divine appointments, orchestrated by the hand of God to guide you toward your purpose. Every opportunity opening before you is not random. It is a confirmation that you are on the right path, fulfilling the divine calling that was placed upon your life long before you even realized it. There is no such thing as coincidence in your journey. Every challenge, every moment of waiting, every person you meet is a piece of the puzzle, carefully placed to guide you towards the manifestation of your destiny. You have already begun to bloom. The work of your soul is unfolding, and the seeds of greatness that have been planted in you are starting to sprout. Your time is now. Now, let me ask you, are you ready to rise above the limitations the world has placed on you? Will you let the world continue to define you? Or will you allow your divine purpose to define your life? The time has come to step into your full potential. The world is waiting for you to bloom, to outgrow the confines that were never meant to contain you. You are more than a survivor. You are a force of divine revelation. The power you carry is unstoppable. There are moments in life when the universe seems to speak to you in ways that can't be explained by mere coincidence. The numbers you keep seeing, the dreams that feel so vivid and real, the synchronicities that unfold in perfect timing, they are not random. They are heaven's language. A divine communication that whispers to your soul and reminds you, you are right on time. Perhaps you've experienced it, a recurring number that follows you, a dream that holds profound meaning, or a series of seemingly insignificant events that line up perfectly, leaving you in awe. This is not mere coincidence. This is divine timing, a reminder from the Creator that every detail of your life is unfolding precisely as it was meant to. The world may try to convince you that these are just patterns or happenstance, but deep within, you know that something greater is at work. In Romans 8:28, it is written, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." This promise is a powerful truth. Every moment, every trial, every victory, and even every disappointment is part of the divine orchestration of your life. It is all working together for your good. That includes the pain, the waiting, the disappointment. All of it is shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for the greater purpose that lies ahead. Can you recall a time when the pain felt unbearable, but in hindsight, it led you to a place of growth? Perhaps a door closed that you thought would never open again, or a dream that seemed to crumble. Yet years later, you realized it was part of the path that led you to where you are now. The pain you experienced was not in vain. It was the very soil in which your destiny began to take root. But let us look at the example of Joseph, whose life was filled with dreams of greatness, but also with immense trials. In Genesis 50-20, Joseph tells his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Joseph's life was a tapestry of dreams, betrayals, and setbacks. But every part of it led him to a place of divine purpose. He trusted that everything, every dream, every disappointment, and every delay was working together for his good. The betrayal of his brothers, his time in prison, and his journey to become a ruler in Egypt were all pieces of God's greater plan for him. Just as the pieces of Joseph's life came together in unexpected ways, your life is unfolding in ways that may not always make sense in the moment, but are divinely appointed. The moments that seem filled with pain are often the very moments that prepare you for greatness. The very struggles you face today are the building blocks of tomorrow's triumphs. Do you ever wonder why certain things in your life have taken so long to unfold? Perhaps it's in the waiting that God is aligning the perfect opportunities, relationships, and experiences that will propel you toward your purpose. Trust that the timing is perfect. Just as a seed takes time to grow beneath the soil, so too is your life being cultivated in hidden ways. What you are waiting for is already on its way. And in the meantime, every moment of waiting is creating the foundation for something magnificent. In the field of architecture, there is a principle known as foundational depth. Before a building can rise, its foundation must be laid deep and strong, often unseen beneath the surface. Your life is no different. Every challenge you face is part of the spiritual foundation being laid for your future success. The divine timing at play is constructing your life, brick by brick, with precision and purpose. And just as a building cannot rise without a firm foundation, your soul cannot ascend to its fullest potential without enduring the process of growth, trial, and waiting. As Isaiah 50:7 proclaims, "So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it." This reinforces the truth that God's timing is always perfect, and His purpose for your life will unfold in the fullness of time. Without fail, your life's purpose will come to fruition, just as His word always accomplishes what it is meant to do. Now, let's look at a real-life example. Oprah Winfrey, a woman who has touched millions with her wisdom and resilience, once said, "The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams." Her life has been filled with moments of struggle, rejection, and failure, but each one of those moments was a stepping stone on her path to greatness. Her journey was not without pain, but she trusted the process and recognized that every setback was part of her preparation. Oprah's life is a testament to the truth that the challenges you face are often the preparation needed to fulfill your highest purpose. So, where are you in your journey right now? Are you in a season of waiting, of uncertainty, or perhaps even pain? Know this, you are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be. Everything, every moment, every event is working together for your good. The divine timing that is at work in your life cannot be rushed. In the midst of your waiting, trust that heaven is aligning the circumstances, people, and opportunities you need to fulfill your purpose. As you step forward, know that heaven's language is being spoken to you every moment of the day. The numbers, the dreams, the synchronicities, they are divine whispers, reminding you that you are on the right path. Your time is now. There are moments in life when everything feels like it's falling apart, when the pain seems unbearable, and the road ahead looks uncertain. But what if, in those very moments, everything is falling into place? Your life is no accident. Every joy, every heartache, every twist and turn has led you exactly where you are meant to be. Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are sacred texts written in the language of resilience. These marks, these experiences, have shaped you into the powerful person you are becoming. Each one is a testimony to your strength and faith. There is light within you, a light that even darkness cannot comprehend. Darkness may try to overwhelm you, but it cannot defeat you. Just as a candle's flame cannot be hidden in a room, your light is destined to shine. They may have tried to silence you, to make you feel unseen or unheard, but truth cannot be muted. In Luke 12:3, it is written, "What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight, and what you have whispered in the ear will be proclaimed from the rooftops." The truths of your heart, the visions and dreams you've carried in secret, will not remain hidden. The whispers you have shared, the quiet prayers you have whispered in moments of solitude, will one day be proclaimed from the rooftops. Your voice, your story, your journey will be heard because your truth is powerful. It cannot remain silent forever. Have you ever felt that deep sense of longing to share your story, to be heard, but the world around you seemed to shut you down? Perhaps you've struggled to find your voice or felt like no one would understand. But remember, your truth is bigger than any obstacle. It is a force that will break through the barriers and reach those who need to hear it most. Your story will be heard. It is not a question of if, it is a matter of when. The time will come when your voice shifts the atmosphere. When you speak, people will listen. When you act, people will follow. You will no longer be overlooked or disregarded. The very energy of your presence will shift the environment around you, creating waves of change wherever you go. Reflect on the story of Esther, who was called to a purpose greater than herself. In Esther 4:14, her cousin Mordecai said to her, "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this?" Esther was placed in a position of power, not by chance, but by divine purpose. She was chosen for this moment. Just as you are chosen for the moment you are facing, every trial she faced prepared her for the life-altering decisions she would make. Decisions that would not only save her people, but change the course of history. Your moment is coming. Just like Esther, you have been prepared for this time. The stage is set. and your story is about to be revealed to the world. The timing is not by chance. You are not here by coincidence. Every step, every failure, every victory has brought you to this moment of revelation. The time has come to step forward, to declare who you are without apology, without hesitation. Speak it aloud. Write it down. Write 777, not as a ritual, but as a symbol of divine completion. This number represents the alignment with heaven's purpose, a declaration that you have come full circle, that you are now prepared to step into your destiny. When you write it, when you speak it, let it mean, I am ready. I am awake. Let it echo in your spirit. And let it be the affirmation that you are fully aligned with your divine calling. But even as you step forward, know this: the adversary will try to resist you. There will be those who doubt, who try to convince you that your dreams are too big, too impossible. But, like David before Goliath, you were born for such a time as this. David didn't need armor to defeat the giant, he needed alignment. In 1 Samuel 17:45, David said, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." David's faith, his alignment with God's will, was his true weapon. The world may try to label you as too much, but what they don't realize is that God has designed you to be more than enough. When the world sees you, they see weakness. But when God sees you, he sees victory. Can you feel that stirring inside you? That inner knowing that the time is now? You are no longer waiting for the right moment. You are the moment. Your divine alignment is in full swing. You are not just a person living a life. You are a vessel of divine purpose. Now, I challenge you, step forward with boldness. Step forward into your truth, on your light, your purpose. The time to declare who you are is now. The world needs your voice, your presence, on your light. Do not shrink back. Your moment is here. Rise. You have been set apart. Yes, to you. Just as Esther was chosen for a time she couldn't fully comprehend, you too have been chosen for such a time as this. The divine purpose in your life is not a mistake. It is a plan that has been in motion long before you could ever understand it. Like Esther, who was called to step into the unknown and lead her people, you have been called to rise to the occasion, to stand in your divine destiny, and to fulfill a role that no one else can. Her courage saved a nation. Your courage, your purpose, will awaken generations. The ripple effect of your life, your decisions, and your faith will transcend time and space, impacting lives in ways you may never fully see. But you will feel it. The power of your existence is far greater than you can imagine. Remember this: greatness does not shout, it radiates. It is not a loud declaration or a boastful proclamation. True greatness is the quiet, unwavering strength that emanates from within. It is the consistent, steadfast pursuit of purpose, even in the face of adversity. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. Your existence is proof enough of divine intention. The fact that you are here, walking through life, embracing your calling, this is the greatest testimony to your divine purpose. There will be those who try to understand you, to box you in, to make sense of your life through the logic of the world. They will fail. Why? Because you are not bound by the limits of logic. You are spirit, and your spirit cannot be constrained by human understanding or the world's systems. The divine wisdom and guidance that flows through you cannot be calculated or controlled. In John 3:8, it is written, "The wind blows wherever it pleases. You hear its sound, but you cannot tell where it comes from or where it is going. So it is with everyone born of the Spirit." This speaks to you. You are like the wind, unpredictable, unstoppable, and divine. Like the wind, you cannot be pinned down or restrained. People may try to track your movements, to anticipate where you are headed, but they will not succeed. Why? Because you are guided by something they cannot comprehend: grace. Grace moves in ways that logic and systems can never understand. It cannot be predicted. It cannot be contained. And that is the beauty of the divine nature within you. Have you ever felt like you didn't quite fit in, like you were different from the crowd, but couldn't put your finger on why? That feeling is not a flaw, it is a sign of your divine uniqueness. You were not created to fit in. You were created to stand out, to radiate, to move in ways that no one can predict. To illustrate this point further, let's look at David, the shepherd boy who became a king. David's brothers, the people around him, couldn't see the greatness in him because they measured him by the world's standards. They saw a boy with no military experience, with no credentials, but God saw a heart of courage, a spirit of faith, and a potential that surpassed human logic. David was not bound by what was logical or expected. He was guided by the divine wind of God's calling. David's story in 1 Samuel 16-7 is a reminder that man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. And in Romans 8:28, we are reminded, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." You have been called according to God's purpose. And everything that has happened in your life, good, bad, or indifferent, has been working together to bring you closer to that purpose. Can you feel the strength building within you, the power of your spirit, the divine guidance that is moving in and through you? Cannot be contained. It cannot be stopped. Just like the wind that blows where it pleases, your life is being moved by forces that no system can track. You are guided by grace, and no earthly power can constrain the will of God. Think of nature itself, the unstoppable force of the ocean tides, which shift and move with a purpose greater than our understanding. Just as the tide moves in and out, unbidden, so too does grace flow through your life, shaping you, guiding you, and leading you to places only the divine can see. The waves may crash violently, but they always return to shore, always in perfect alignment with the rhythm of the earth. You, too, are in rhythm with something much larger than yourself, and no matter how turbulent the waters of life may seem, you will always find your way back to your divine purpose. In the world of psychology, there's a concept known as cognitive dissonance, where conflicting beliefs cause discomfort and drive a person to seek harmony between their thoughts and actions. In your life, there may be moments of dissonance, where the world tries to force you into a box, to make you fit into a mold that was never meant for you. But like the wind, you will never conform. You were made to transcend the dissonance, to rise above the noise, and to move in the grace that guides you. Now is the time for you to step into your destiny, the time to declare who you are, without apology, without fear has arrived. You are walking in the fullness of God's plan. Embrace your divine purpose, and let your life be a testament to the greatness that resides within you. There will be moments when the world looks at you, analyzes every step you've taken, and finds itself in awe. They will try to understand how you've made it through the storms, how you've overcome the battles that should have broken you. And yet, you stand, stronger than before. Let them wonder, let them marvel, because every breath you take is proof that miracles are not just stories from the past. They are present, breathing realities. In Ephesians 3:20, it is written, "Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine," this is not a distant promise. This is a reality happening right now in your life. You are the immeasurably more. The miracle that people expect to see in some distant future or in some biblical story is already unfolding before their eyes through you. You are living proof that God's imagination far exceeds human reason. The world may look at you and see impossibility. They may shake their heads and wonder how it is even possible for someone like you to overcome what you've been through. The odds were stacked against you, and yet here you are, thriving, succeeding, walking in purpose. To the world, it's a riddle they can't solve. But to heaven, it's fulfillment. The world's logic cannot fathom what God has already fulfilled in your life. When they see impossibility, God sees his promises being perfectly fulfilled. In the realm of architecture, when building a grand structure, the foundation is often hidden, but it must be perfectly solid for the building to stand. Your foundation, your faith, your resilience, your connection with the divine may not be visible to everyone, but it is what supports the incredible structure of your life. What they see is only the surface, the finished product of a process that began long before anyone noticed. The unseen strength within you is what makes your life stand firm and resilient. No matter how strong the winds or how fierce the storms. And just as David faced Goliath without the armor of man, but with the armor of God, you are walking into battles with the knowledge that you don't need to explain your survival. Your survival is a testimony that God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. David did not fight with the weapons of logic or reason. He fought with faith, with divine alignment. In 1 Samuel 17:45, David said, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." Your fight is not against the systems of the world. It is a battle that is already won in the spiritual realm, and you are walking in that victory every day. Have you ever found yourself in situations where you couldn't explain how you made it through? Yet somehow, you did. The world may offer logical explanations, but in your heart, you know that what has sustained you is something greater than human understanding. It's the power of the divine that guides you through. What the world cannot see is the divine protection that surrounds you, leading you from one victory to the next. When you face struggles, remember that heaven is not bound by the limitations of the world's systems. Take, for instance, the story of Job, a man whose life seemed to collapse under the weight of immense loss. Yet his faith remained unshaken. Job 42:2 says, "I know that you can do all things. No purpose of yours can be thwarted." No matter the setbacks, no matter the destruction around him, Job's faith was his foundation. He was ultimately restored beyond measure, his purpose fulfilled, because he refused to let the world's understanding define his reality. In the realm of science, there's a concept known as quantum entanglement, where particles that are separated by vast distances can remain connected, influencing each other instantaneously. In much the same way, your divine connection to God transcends space and time. The world may see you as an individual, separated from the divine, but the truth is that you are intricately entangled with the Creator, and His influence is felt in every step you take. You are not alone in this journey. You are guided, protected, and supported in ways that the world cannot explain. And here's the truth. Your presence is not only a force of change, it is a force of divine transformation. You may not always see it, but your very existence shifts the atmosphere around you. Just as a pebble tossed into a pond creates ripples across the entire surface, your steps, your decisions, your faith create ripples that affect everyone you encounter. Your life is a testimony to the greater purpose that is unfolding in the world. When you walk with purpose, with divine alignment, the very atmosphere changes. Now, how do you walk forward from here? The time has come to declare who you are, without apology, without fear. It is not arrogance, it is obedience. You are not wrong for knowing who you are. In fact, it is your divine right. You are called to be unapologetically who you were created to be. Do not shrink to make others comfortable in their unbelief. You are not here to cater to the doubts of others. Your existence is a divine proclamation that you have already stepped into your purpose. The time for holding back is over. You are walking in the fullness of God's plan for your life. You were never meant to fit in, to blend into the shadows, or hide behind the expectations of others. Your light, the essence of who you are, is designed to shine brightly, to lead the way for others who are lost in darkness. Every system that seeks to control, to suppress, or to silence you will crumble when confronted with the unshakable force of truth. And you, beloved, are truth made flesh. You embody the truth of God's promise, the living testimony of His power and grace. When the storm comes, and it will stand firm in the power of this truth, don't let fear, doubt, or chaos shake your foundation. In Mark 4:39, when the winds howled and the waves crashed against the boat, Jesus stood and said, "Peace, be still," and, at His command, the wind obeyed. What Jesus demonstrated in that moment was not just His power over nature. He demonstrated the authority that you also carry. You, chosen one, have that same authority. Just as Jesus calmed the storm, you have been given the power to speak peace over the chaos that surrounds you. Speak calm over your fears. Speak life over your dreams. When life seems uncertain, declare peace over your heart and mind. The authority you possess is divine. Your words hold power because you were created in the image of the Creator Himself. As the creator of life, you too are a creator. You were born to speak things into existence. Have you ever noticed how your words affect your world? How the things you speak out loud, whether in prayer or in thought, begin to shape the reality around you? Your words are more than just sounds. They are carriers of faith, carriers of truth, carriers of divine power. Use them wisely, because they are the tools with which you carve out your destiny. Declare not what you see, but what you know will be. The universe bends and responds to the power of faith. Asterisk, asterisk. Remember what Proverbs 18:21 says. The tongue has the power of life and death. Your words have the capacity to shape your future. They carry within them the potential for life, for growth, for creation. Speak life over your circumstances. Speak life over your loved ones. Speak life over your own soul. What you say matters, and what you declare today creates the world you will walk into tomorrow. As you speak life, the kingdom of God expands. Every time you choose faith over fear, the kingdom expands within you, around you, and into the lives of others. Heaven celebrates every small act of courage. Every time you speak words of faith and hope, heaven celebrates, knowing that you are doing the work of the divine. Your faith, your courage, your words are building the world that reflects heaven on earth. This journey is not about escaping the world, but transforming it. You are here to bring heaven to earth. You are here to turn every shadow into light, to be the vessel through which divine transformation flows. You are not meant to hide from the world, but to reshape it, to speak life into the places that are broken and lifeless. In Revelation 21:5, it says, "He who sits on the throne said, 'Behold, I am making all things new.'" The renewal of the world begins with you. You are the one God is using to bring about His plan for redemption, healing, and restoration. The world may seem dark, but you carry the light that will transform it. And that transformation begins in you, through your words, your faith, your actions. As we close this sacred message, take a deep breath and know this: you are seen, you are loved, you are chosen. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you. Romans 8:11 tells us, "And if the Spirit of Him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, He who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies because of His Spirit who lives in you." That Spirit, the same power that brought life out of death, is living inside of you. There is no force on earth, no power in hell, no force of darkness that can stop what God has begun in you. Are you ready to walk forward in that power? Are you ready to rise up and speak life over every circumstance? The world may try to silence you, but your voice, your words, your faith will break through every barrier. You are walking in the fullness of God's plan for your life, and nothing can stop you. There will be moments when doubt creeps in quietly at first, just a whisper in the back of your mind. Doubt will try to cloud your vision, to make you question everything you've worked for, everything you've hoped for. It's a common battle we all face, the battle between trust and uncertainty. But when doubt whispers, answer with faith. Faith is your shield, your protection against the storm of doubt that seeks to drown your spirit. When doubt comes knocking, stand firm and declare the truth that you know in your soul. You are not here by accident. Your journey is divine, and no whisper of doubt can erase the plans God has for you. The Apostle John reminds us in 1 John 4:18, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear." Because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. Perfect love casts out fear. What love? The love of the Creator. The love that has been poured into your soul is greater than any fear you face. When fear rises up within you, remember the truth. God's love is stronger than any force that seeks to control you. Can you recall a time when fear tried to paralyze you, but you stood in faith, knowing that you were supported by a love greater than your fear? That moment of courage, of choosing love over fear, is the victory that will carry you forward. Love is not weak. It is a force of divine strength. When exhaustion strikes, when your body, mind, and spirit feel drained, remember the words from Isaiah 40:31. "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Exhaustion can feel like a heavy weight, but there is strength waiting for you in the Lord. The moment you feel like you can't go on, God's promise is there, waiting to restore your strength. Just as the eagle soars high on the wind, so will you rise above your struggles. You, beloved, are that eagle. This is your flight. The time has come to spread your wings and rise above the clouds that once seemed to block your path. The horizon is waiting for you. The struggles you face are only the winds beneath your wings, giving you the strength to soar higher than you ever thought possible. Just like the eagle, you were created to rise above the storms, not to be grounded by them. Can you feel that deep stirring inside? The calling to rise above your current situation, to embrace the flight that lies ahead. You are not meant to stay in the lowlands. You were created for the heights, and the strength you need to fly is already within you, waiting for the moment you decide to spread your wings and soar. The journey to greatness is not always easy. There will be challenges, obstacles, and moments of exhaustion. But remember this truth: you are not alone in this flight. God, who created the eagle to soar, has created you to rise. His strength is your strength. Every time you feel weary, you can tap into the limitless supply of divine power, renewing your strength and propelling you forward. To illustrate this, let's consider the story of Moses. Moses was called to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, a task that seemed insurmountable. He faced doubt from his people, fear from Pharaoh, and exhaustion from the journey. But every time Moses felt worn out, he called on God's strength, and God renewed his power. In Exodus 19:9, God told Moses, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Even in the darkest moments, when exhaustion threatened to overwhelm him, Moses found his strength in the divine promise that God was with him. Isn't it the same with you? In moments of doubt, when fear tries to paralyze you and exhaustion threatens to stop you, remember that you are not doing this alone. God's presence is with you, guiding you, renewing your strength, and lifting you higher than you could ever go on your own. In the field of psychology, there's a concept called resilience, which is the ability to bounce back from difficult circumstances. But true resilience is more than just mental toughness. It is the ability to tap into a higher power, to align your spirit with the divine, and to keep moving forward even when the world tells you to stop. This is the resilience that comes from knowing that your strength is not your own, but it is given to you by the Creator. When you rely on God's strength, you find resilience beyond human capability. And as you face this journey, remember, your purpose is not to escape the world, but to transform it. You were not created to simply survive. You were made to thrive, to soar, to rise above the chaos, and to bring heaven to earth. The time has come for you to declare your authority. Speak peace into your chaos. Speak calm into your fear. Speak life into your dreams. You have been given the power to create your reality through your faith. In Revelation 21:5, the voice of the one on the throne says, "Behold, I am making all things new." This is not just a future promise. This renewal is happening right now, and it begins through you. You are part of the divine restoration plan, bringing light to the darkness, hope to the hopeless, and strength to the weary. The transformation that the world needs starts with you. As we close this sacred message, take a deep breath and know this: you are seen, you are loved, you are chosen. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you. In Romans 8:11, we are reminded, "And if the Spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, he who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies because of his Spirit who lives in you." The same power that conquered death is alive inside you, ready to lift you up, renew your strength, and guide you to heights you've never known. There is no force on earth, no adversary in hell, that can stop what God has begun in you. You are destined for greatness, and the flight has already begun. Rise, soar, and claim your divine purpose. There comes a moment in every life when the veil of doubt begins to lift, and you finally realize that your destiny is not a distant dream, it is unfolding right before your eyes. The path you have walked, with all its twists, turns, and challenges, has been preparing you for this very moment. Nothing can stop what has already been decreed by the Creator. The plans He has for you are not contingent upon your circumstances. They are written in the stars, etched in the very fabric of time. What God has set in motion cannot be undone. Now, the call is clear. Go forward, chosen one. Step into your purpose without hesitation, without doubt, without the fear that once held you back. The world has been waiting for you to embrace your divine calling. The moment you step into your power, you become an unstoppable force for good. You were meant to shine not just with your actions, but with your presence. Shine without hesitation. The world needs your light, the brilliance that only you can bring into the darkness. And no, this is not arrogance. This is divine confidence in the calling God has placed on your life. The truth is, you are not just here to exist or follow the light. You are the light. As Matthew 5:14 reminds us, you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. The light you carry is not a mere reflection of others' brilliance. It is the flame of God within you, a fire that cannot be dimmed. You are the beacon that guides the lost, the spark that ignites change in the world around you. Have you ever felt the weight of this truth? To know that you are not meant to blend into the shadows or follow in the footsteps of others, but to blaze your own trail. You are the fire that burns with purpose. The moment you step into this understanding, nothing can stop you, not doubt, not fear, and certainly not the darkness. But what does this really mean? And to walk in divine authority. Divine authority is not the power to dominate or control others. It is the power to stand firm in your identity as a child of God, to live in alignment with His will, and to speak truth, love, and power into your life and the lives of those around you. It is the authority to live out the calling God has placed on your heart, unshaken by the voices that seek to discourage or deter you. Just as Esther was called for such a time as this, you too have been called to fulfill a specific purpose in this moment. Your courage will be the key to unlocking a destiny beyond your imagination. In Esther 4:14, Mordecai says to her, "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this?" Esther's moment was not just a chance occurrence, it was ordained. Your life is not by accident either. You have been placed in this very moment in time with a purpose that only you can fulfill. Your bravery will set others free. As you walk forward, remember this: when you give without fear. When you love without limit. Your capacity for love, for compassion, Forgiving is endless when it is fueled by the divine love that lives within you. You were created to overflow with goodness, to give without expectation, to love without boundaries. Consider the example of the great painter Michelangelo. His art was not just about putting paint on canvas or marble. It was about capturing the divine essence of beauty and truth. His masterpiece, the Sistine Chapel, tells a story of faith, creation, and divine love. Just as Michelangelo carved the statue of David from a piece of stone, God is carving you into the person you were meant to be, one step, one act of faith, one word at a time. You are a masterpiece in progress, and every act of love, every step forward in your purpose, brings you closer to revealing the beauty God intended when He created you. When you walk in your divine authority, you not only change your world, but you shift the atmosphere around you. You transform the places you inhabit, the people you meet, and the situations you find yourself in. Heaven moves with you, empowering you every step of the way. When you speak truth, heaven echoes it. When you speak life, heaven responds. Now, ask yourself this: are you ready to walk boldly in your divine authority? Are you ready to step into your light, knowing that the power of the Almighty is within you? Your destiny is not to hide. It is to lead, to shine, and to be the beacon of hope that others need. The world is waiting for you to step forward and claim your place. The horizon is calling, and you are the one who will rise above it all. In Revelation 21:5, He who was seated on the throne said, "I am making everything new." The renewal begins through you. Every step you take in faith, every word you speak in truth, is part of God's divine plan to make all things new. You are the catalyst for transformation, the one who will bring heaven to earth, turn shadows into light, and speak life into the lifeless. As you take a deep breath now, remember this: you are seen, you are loved, you are chosen. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you. Romans 8:11 tells us, "And if the Spirit of Him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, He who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies because of His Spirit who lives in you." The very same power that raised Christ from the dead is living inside of you, and that power is unstoppable. There is no force on earth or in hell that can stop what God has begun in you. The time to rise is now. Step into your divine purpose. Walk in your light, and live the life you were meant to live. God's chosen ones. The time has come for you to embrace the fullness of who you are. Your real family is here, and it's not just a family of flesh and blood, it's a family of spirit. A divine family that has been destined for this moment in time. Just as Esther was called for such a time as this, you too have been called. Your purpose is unfolding, and the divine alignment is coming together in ways that only God can orchestrate. You are not alone. You are surrounded by those who are meant to walk with you, to encourage you, to uplift you, and to stand alongside you as you rise into your calling. The family of God is here, and they are rooting for you, whether you have realized it or not. The connections you need, the support you long for, are already being woven into your life. There is no coincidence in the way your path has crossed with those who are meant to join you on this journey. You are not an accident. You are a part of a greater tapestry, designed to bring light to the world and change the course of history. But the real question is, How will you respond? Will you rise and accept the call to be part of something much bigger than yourself? To walk in the fullness of God's plan for your life? Will you step boldly into the destiny that has been waiting for you all along? Knowing that your real family, your divine family, is here to help you fulfill that purpose. This is not just a moment to witness. It is a moment to act, to step forward and claim your place in God's kingdom. The moment you've been waiting for is not just about receiving, it's about walking in the power and authority that has already been given to you. You are God's chosen one, and this moment is yours to claim. Your light is needed now more than ever. Your voice, your strength, for your faith. These are the tools that God has placed in your hands to build the future He has designed for you. I invite you now to stand with me, to stand with each other. As we embark on this divine journey, remember that we are all connected, woven together in a family that spans across time and space. Your real family is here. Your support system is here. And above all, God's presence is here, guiding you every step of the way. I urge you to share this message with others who may need to hear it, to like and comment so that we can continue to grow this community of believers, and to subscribe to the channel so that you can stay connected with all the divine insights that are unfolding here. If you feel led, your support through Super Thanks is a powerful way to partner with this mission. But no matter what, I am grateful for each one of you who joins in this journey of faith and truth. Thank you for being a part of this community, for allowing us to walk alongside you as we all discover the fullness of God's plan for our lives. Whether you support through a comment, a share, or your prayers, your presence here is a blessing. As we close, I leave you with this blessing. May you feel the presence of your divine family surrounding you, lifting you up, and encouraging you to walk boldly in your purpose. May you never forget that you are chosen, that you are loved, and that you are never alone. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead is alive in you, empowering you to live the life you were always meant to live. Go forth in peace, go forth in purpose, and go forth knowing that your real family is here waiting, supporting, and cheering you on. God bless you.